think if Canelo was using his jab effectively, hard, the guy wouldn't have been able to come in, because the guy was coming in because he wasn't worried about Canelo's jab. So he got more aggressive and he got brave. If you're not jabbing, he has no defense.
I really don't care how big Crawford is. If I'm Canelo, I feel disrespected. You know, coming up 2 weight classes, you haven't fought at 6'8". We don't know how your body's going to react.
He's got the heart, he's got the speed, the skills, and he's going to go out there. I was thinking he put up a good first 6 rounds, but then Canelo will start picking it up. But now I think Crawford will go over I think Crawford will get. I'm picking Crawford to win out.
Mike Tyson has voiced serious concern for Canelo Alvarez's future, warning that a loss to Terence Crawford could be devastating for his legacy. Tyson pointed out that in past fights, Canelo has neglected his jab, which allowed opponents to gain confidence and close the distance. He insists that this time, Canelo must use his jab with consistency and precision if he wants to control the fight and prevent Crawford from building momentum.
He's not going to jab. The guy's going to walk right in on him like he did. Next fight, use your jab, different fight. Oh, it was really basic, you know.
Veteran analyst Teddy Atlas acknowledges Canelo's stacked resume, having faced elite opponents across multiple weight divisions. By comparison, Crawford hasn't fought as many household names, but Atlas argues that greatness isn't just about the size of your resume, it's about the skills you display inside the ring. He believes Crawford's mastery of timing, angles, and ring control could neutralize Canelo's size advantage. In Atlas's words, Crawford's calmness and ability to adapt mid-fight may prove decisive against a champion as experienced as Canelo.
Maybe he's a little overrated.
Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good. Really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire, it's in his mind, it's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class, can he carry it? You know, but those intangibles, I believe that he has them.
For Canelo, the stakes couldn't be higher. Crawford is moving up 2 full weight classes, which means all the pressure falls on Canelo. If he loses to a naturally smaller opponent, despite having the advantages of size, strength, and experience, critics will question his place among boxing's pound-for-pound elite. This fight carries enormous risk for Canelo before the first bell even rings.
No, I really don't care how big Crawford is. If I'm Canelo, I feel disrespected. You know, coming up 2 weight classes, you haven't fought at 68. We don't know how your body's going to react. And you just think, you know, you just going to come up and beat me. We seen it with Charlo, his videos, how he was looking, you know, moving around the ring. And everybody thought, you know, that might work. And we saw what happened come fight night. Crawford is a skillful guy, but like, who has he really beaten? Spence. After Spence, you know, now all of a sudden he can jump up 2 weight classes and beat Canelo. I don't see it. If I'm Canelo, I would have to make the statement with Crawford. Canelo cannot lose this fight. He shouldn't lose this fight.
David Benavidez, one of the top names at super middleweight, praised Crawford as a fighter on a different level of technical skill and mental sharpness. Benavidez pointed to Crawford's stance switching, composure under fire, and ability to dictate the pace of a fight as the tools that make him such a nightmare to face. In his view, Crawford's fight IQ is his real weapon, allowing him to systematically break down even the most seasoned opponents.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Errol Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make 168.
Jeff Mayweather also highlighted Crawford's surgical ability to read opponents and adjust in real time, but he reminded fans not to overlook Canelo's power and championship experience. Time and again, Canelo has proven that one well-placed, punch can flip the script. Jeff warned that Crawford, or any fighter, would make a grave mistake by underestimating Canelo's ability to adapt.
It's kind of tough, but if anybody can do it, I think it would be Terence Crawford. I mean, skill-wise, I think he's a better fighter than Canelo, but Canelo is also a great fighter but he owns that weight class that he's in. So I would just say that I think that Crawford has to fight almost a perfect fight to win.
Max Kellerman's breakdown focused on one weapon, the jab. Crawford's jab, he says, is one of the most efficient in modern boxing, controlling range, setting up combinations, and disrupting rhythm. Meanwhile, Canelo's jab, once a key weapon in his arsenal, has become less frequent and less effective in recent years. If Canelo can't reestablish his jab, Kellerman believes Crawford's disciplined lead hand could dominate the fight.
Give you a list of attributes, and then tell me who do you feel is best in that attribute. First attribute, best jab.
Crawford.
Best defense.
Crawford. Nowadays, Crawford. I would say early in the fight, Canelo. And earlier in his career, Canelo. But he hasn't been that kind of fighter in recent years. Although Crawford is also hittable. With any fighter, when you talk about their defense, the question is not, can they be hit with a shot? You take punches. Everyone, the greatest defensive fighters ever get hit. Pernell Whitaker, Willie Pep, Floyd Mayweather, they all get hit. The question is, can you hit them with combinations? And both guys are hard to hit. With the two-piece, hard to hit.
So who has the best footwork out of the two?
In terms of cutting off the ring, last fight notwithstanding, Canelo has gotten much better at cutting off the ring.
Trainer Robert Garcia has openly declared his support for Crawford. Garcia praised Crawford's discipline, work ethic, and mastery of fundamentals. While he respects Canelo's career, Garcia is rooting for Crawford to succeed, believing that his victory would showcase the value of technical skill and intelligence at the highest level of boxing.
Canelo, he has mastered his style. Now, typically, Latinos, they got their own style versus melanated black people having like more rhythm, more flashiness and panache to their stuff, more swag.
Yeah.
We just fight different than other ethnicities. If you want to throw Amir Khan in there, his ethnicity, he was in and out.
Yeah, that's the European kind of style.
Textbook, you know, but that was his style. Canelo got his style and he mastered it. Terence Crawford cannot take nothing away from him. He's like freakishly good, you know. He go both sides, southpaw, orthodox, you know. And I feel like he adapt well. But it don't take much to get hit, especially these little 8-ounce gloves. He cannot slip up. He cannot slip up. He's gonna have to stay set from bing to bing from round 1 to 12, and he better be in shape.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like not 12-round shape. I'm talking about like 16-round shape.
Rising star Omari Jones praised Crawford's professionalism in preparing for the jump to 168. Instead of bulking up recklessly, Crawford added weight through a careful mix of nutrition and conditioning. This approach has allowed him to retain the speed and stamina that define his style while building enough durability to deal with Canelo's size.
And like me personally meeting Crawford several times, it's like the man is just so competitive. It's like I don't even have to say nothing to him. He'll just like, man, when we sparring, it's like his competitiveness is always gonna put him over the edge, and then he just has that like, I'm not gonna let you bully me, or you know, his skill set. And it, you know, I know they talk about Charlo when Charlo moved up, but I feel like it may be a little bit different for Canelo this time around because Crawford took the moving up in weight classes serious. He did the dieting, he did the training. So I feel like when you put in work like that, you know, it's a win-win.
So you don't think Crawford, you know, gaining that weight, because I saw him, he's pretty big. You don't think that's going to be a disadvantage for him in this fight?
No, it looked like he put it on the right way. You know, the nutrition, the you know, like I said, the training. You know, Crawford, he trains hard. So I feel like, I know they say he probably went up to like 185, so he has to lose that weight. But I think if he did it the right way, which I know he did, he'll be successful in September.
And I know you, like we discussed earlier, you know, we talked with your pro debut, and now you're 3-0. Your last fight, July 19th against Blanco, and it was actually your third win by knockout.
Yes.
Super proud of you. How are you feeling about your pro career so far?
I'm feeling great about my pro career. I definitely feel like it's off to a great start.